I am a firm believer that all good things must end. And as much as some of us fans and actresses might want them to return, the sad reality is Jamie Lloyd's story ended in 1995. Guys, Nick here at the Lost River Drive-In, and tonight I am here to talk to you guys about the pitch that's going around from fans and now Danielle Harris herself of bringing Jamie Lloyd and Danielle Harris back to the role back in Halloween and having a new requel with Jamie's story. Let's get into it. I wasn't going to do a video on this, but I have been getting DMs about it on Instagram. A lot of people saying, is there any validity to this? Do you think this could ever happen? And I was like, okay, look, I am a Halloween guy, so I might as well just make a video talking about my thoughts on it and the chances of it happening. So first, let me just say logistically, I think you could definitely make this idea work. I don't think that's ever been the issue. If we're going to do Halloween 2018 where we ignore everything that happened after the original movie and we have this new alternate reality, this new timeline that has been created, as Jamie Lee Curtis put it, choosing your own adventure, then you could do the same thing with Jamie Lloyd's character. You could bring Danielle Harris back. You could say Halloween 6 never happened. You could even say Halloween 5 never happened, though I would not accept that. But still, you could do that. You could ignore a bunch of these movies in continuity and you could just go with Halloween 4 or just 4 and 5 and go from there and say this is another alternate reality. And that might work for some people. For me, I wouldn't have a hard time believing that. I'd accept it. Also, would I like to see Danielle Harris back in the role? I mean, that's kind of a dumb question. Of course, I love Danielle Harris. I loved her contributions to the franchise both in the 80s and then in the 2000s with Rob Zombie's movies as Annie Brackett. I thought that was a really nice bone that Rob Zombie threw at the fans to put her in there, and she looked age appropriate too, so it's not like it was this huge stretch. That was really, really cool, and I thought it was nice of him to do that, even if the fans did treat him like shit about everything else afterwards, because you guys don't know how to just accept that things change sometimes. But that's a conversation for another day. So, yeah, I mean, I'd love to see it. I think it could make sense. I think it could work, and I would, be a big fan. Now, let's just talk about general public-wise. Would this be something that your aunt would want to go see in the theater? No. Look, guys, at some point we have to stop putting Danielle Harris and the character of Jamie Lloyd on the same pedestal as Jamie Lee Curtis and the character of Laurie Strode. Not only are they, incredibly different, the actresses are just in different stratospheres. Again, cannot stress enough how much I am a fan of Danielle. And I'm a nobody. I'm a dude with a little YouTube channel. So it's not really, I'm not here to flex at all. She can flex on me all day. She's far more famous than I will ever be. But she is not Jamie Lee Curtis. Period. She's not. And we can talk about how much we love her, and we can say, oh, well, Halloween 4 and even 5 nowadays are a lot more revered than they were back then. And maybe there's an audience for it. Yeah, a cult audience. And I'm sorry, but that's the type of movie that gets you a $15 million opening weekend in the States, not a $60 or $70 million opening in the States like you had with Halloween 2018. Now, could you still make money off of it? Sure, but you see these studios, they're spending more and more money on these movies because they want to make more and more money. It's just kind of the way the cookie crumbles. So I don't think that monetarily speaking, this is all that lucrative an idea to any studio. That is not whether or not I'd like to see it. Those are two totally different things. But I just don't think that it's an idea that really would get anybody's jollies, so to speak. Now, with all of that out of the way, I am going to address whether I think this can happen. No. Emphatically, no. First of all, guys, to anybody that's about to type out a comment, Danielle Harris posted this fan-made poster on her social media. There must be some traction there. There is not. Danielle was sharing something that a fan made. She's always liked the idea. She has multiple times pitched it to Malik, and to anybody within Trancas that would want to listen. She has made it openly well known that she wants to come back to the series. So her doing this on social media is nothing new. It's just, okay, yeah, we've seen this before. We've been down this road. Like, awesome. Two, there's certain information that I, even as somebody that's a lower level YouTuber, have become privy to through some of the people that I talk to in the industry, some of it through the podcast and some of it just through, social media connections that you make. And I can tell you with 100% certainty, it'll never happen. It will never happen. There are a handful of people in this world I have shared that information with about why it'll never happen. It's not something I'm going to publicly put in a video. I'm not saying this to be like, oh, look at this flex. No, I'm saying it to be like, guys, I have been told by multiple individuals that would be in the know, this will never happen. And there's a myriad of reasons. And maybe one day we can talk about those reasons publicly, but it's not something we can talk about right now. Look, this is just not something that Malik Akkad wants to do. Malik Akkad is done with the Jamie Lloyd storyline. Last I heard, Halloween is currently, it's in pitch mode. I mean, Malik has been taking pitches since before Halloween Ends even came out because he knew that it was leaving Blumhouse. Blumhouse didn't really seem interested in re-upping that relationship, and I think part of that is maybe it got a little expensive and maybe they felt they told what they had to. I don't think Jason Blum was just like, cool, whatever, bye, Halloween, we don't want you anymore. No, it's a moneymaker. But Malik has been taking pitches. Malik is more than open to continuing the franchise, and it will continue in some form or fashion moving forward. I still think the most likely route is probably anthology, whether that be building off of Halloween 3 or telling a different kind of anthology story. I feel like that's the most likely route that's going to happen next. Michael Myers will come back. It will get rebooted. He will kill babysitters again. But right now, just leave it be for a little bit. Let's just leave it be. Let's bring some of the other guys back. Let's see some new icons grace the screen, like Art the Clown. Let's do that. I'm not dying here for more Michael Myers. I'm kind of Michael Myers out right now, especially after the just insanely polarizing Blumhouse trilogy. I'm at a point where I'm like, let's take a break for a little bit. So, guys, as much as I would be open to this idea, as much as I would be supportive of it, and I would love to see Danielle back, and I think it could absolutely work, and I think it would be successful enough. It's just not only is it not lucrative enough for a studio to do, but there are other reasons behind the curtain that just prevent this from ever happening. So, emphatically, no, this will never happen. And 10 years from now, when it still hasn't happened, and people are like, oh, it didn't happen? I thought it was going to happen. Remember this video, because I'm telling you, it's not going to happen. It'll never happen. Okay? So, that's it, guys. Don't mean to be a Debbie Downer, but, Halloween does that to you lately. No, the fan base. I would say the fan base does that to you lately because I fucking loved Halloween Ends. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like on this video if you haven't. Comment down below. Let me know if you're okay with this not happening or if this is the only route you'd want to see this series go. Everything and anything down below in the comments. Thank you guys so much. This is Nick at the Lost River Drive-In, and I am pulling out.